At the bottom right of Talder Malta, the Swedish player, it is none other than Quantic Gaming.
Quantic Gaming NaNiwa.
Yeah, that's right.
There he is. He's a lefty, left mouser. And up here at the top right hand of the map is our Terran player. A jolly guy, he is.
GSL Polt.
Wait a minute. Polt? He's a jolly guy. He's wearing a red TSL uniform. He's handing out ownage. He's the Santa Claus of Starcraft.
He has no beard.
Whatever. He's got glasses. The same thing.
How is that making it better? He has no beard and your answer is he has glasses.
Glasses are the same thing as a beard.
Okay, you heard it here first at the GSL.
It's one of, you know, never mind. I guess Santa Claus has glasses too in most portrayals. By the way, again, I just want to mention, if you guys are just joining us, this is the Blizzard Cup. This is basically, we took the winners of every major tournament in the last 6-8 months, plus the top GSL performers over the last year, and we've put basically all the biggest stars in one tournament, which is absolutely ridiculous. They're all playing against each other here to determine who is the master of masters, and or maybe the grandmaster of grandmasters, I suppose. And this is day number 2. Yesterday we had the first group play where we had MVP come out ahead, as well as Dongregu and MC, and they're going to be playing against the top 3 players from this group. So that's how this works. Today is the second day of the round of 10. Tomorrow will be the round of 6, followed by the round of 4, and then the finals will be on Saturday. So just so you guys know, that's what's going on. And if you want to view this in higher quality, what you can do is you can go to GOMTV.net/ticket, and you can actually purchase a year-long ticket for only $100. You can get all the content for the GSL for next year, and you get the Blizzard Cup ticket for free if you do that before Sunday. And you can watch this in high quality if you're not already.
And in the game itself, we have scouting for both players, but NaNiwa's attempt to get a glimpse of Polt's base was already shut down by the first Marine. And Polt is going for double barracks. He already has the reactor at one of them and is getting the tech lab at the second, while NaNiwa at the bottom right has one gateway so far, is saving up the energy for a Nexus now. And I expect him to throw that one down within the next few seconds. That's exactly what's happening right now. NaNiwa, one gateway expand.
One gateway expand. And you know what? He scouted that there was no command center at the expansion of Polt, although of course he might have assumed that there was command center in his base. But point being, NaNiwa being a little bit risky here, and Polt is in a position to punish him for it. He's going to be producing a lot of units with a reactor barracks and a tech lab barracks.
I talked with Todd and NaNiwa about openings like that, and they both agreed that if you actually try to get the gateways, if you save up the chrono boosts, you can defend against the double barracks opening, and you can actually save that expand. You will take damage on that expansion. You won't be able to dodge that, but you will be able to make it work. But you need to have the perfect timings, and you also need to save up enough chrono boosts so that you can actually get enough units. And he already has 2 gateways. He's now going for the warp gate technology. He has a warp impalan as well, and controls the Xelnaga watchtower. So he will see what's happening. He will have the time to prepare for it. Is NaNiwa able to save his expansion, or will Polt prevail in these early minutes of the game? And Polt's record against Protoss is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good actually. 73% is what I'm showing here. He, in his games against Koreans at least, he is very, very strong. I'm curious to see if he's going to pull SCVs or not. It looks like he's not actually, since I didn't realize, I was looking down, that his attack has already arrived. NaNiwa had not previously seen the Marauder, so he didn't know that this attack was coming in so hardcore, and he's coming with Stalkers from the back to try and pull him away. NaNiwa's going to have to micro so well to deal with this. Polt is chasing those Stalkers and taking damage and not doing damage. Finally, he's starting to kite back and kill these zealots.
He doesn't have concussive shell. He doesn't have concussive shell in order to kill the stalkers. And look at NaNiwa just going for it. 42 against 41 supply. NaNiwa is on the retreat now. He will he won't lose the stalker after all. Polt is not attacking fiercely enough. But look, that's exactly what we're talking about. He lost all the shields on the Nexus, and at the same time was able to save it after all. NaNiwa with the 2-base play now. 26 probes against 27 SCVs, able to defend against Polt's initial attack.
Yeah, very nicely done, although I think Polt probably could have executed that a little bit better. And now NaNiwa is able to put some pressure back on Polt. Raven is being started right now, and Stim upgrade. I think that Polt is just going to transition out of this into another all-in build. Here he comes, though. NaNiwa putting some pressure on. The SCVs being pulled off the line. And they are able to... Oh, and NaNiwa doesn't quite pull back in time, loses his sentry.
He was just warping in units at the pylon, didn't pay enough attention to the stalkers, therefore lost a few of them, losing another 2 stalkers. 48 against 49 supply. NaNiwa going for more probes as the fight is continuing, targeting down Marines left, right, bottom, center. 40 supply against 46. And Moltrip, you're perfectly right. He's going for another all-in. That's the only thing that he can do right now. Polt knows he can't get that expansion up in time in order to get even in economy.
Yeah, he's got that Raven out, and looks like a depot is going to go down. Polt cannot afford that at this point of the game. He's having to pull more SCVs. NaNiwa has not only defended his expansion, but he has forced Polt back into a corner, and Polt is fighting for dear life.
And the thing is that works in NaNiwa's favor as well, because he's attacking all those supply depots. Polt always... Look how many SCVs he's actually pulling off. He's pulling off so many SCVs, and that costs mining time as well. The force fields! NaNiwa! He is going for the attack. The first tank is out, but he's killing SCVs and Marines alike.
Wow, killing off so many Marines. Look at that, microing that Stalker back so it doesn't die. Concussive shell still not upgraded, so he's not going to lose any more Stalkers either.
And he killed a lot of SCVs by now. 22 SCVs left for Polt. NaNiwa took down 8 of them. He is on 38 probes himself, and now trying to kill more and more of these Marines, doing a good job at that. And Polt is just being pressured so much. And as the game continues, NaNiwa's advantage is getting bigger and bigger due to his good economy.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though, is that he does still have to be scared of this one attack from Polt, because Polt has 3 siege tanks out. He's just now getting siege tech. He actually couldn't get siege tech earlier because he was under so much pressure he couldn't afford to. But Polt's probably going to land one big attack. He's going to have a couple medevacs. He's going to have 2-point defense drones by that time, which is going to render all of his stalkers useless. And so NaNiwa is not going to be in good shape against that attack, basically. Look at this. He's trying to bait out a point defense drone in the middle so it's not used on his doorstep. This is getting really, really tough for NaNiwa to defend. How many gateways does he have, actually?
He rebuilt a couple of gateways, so now he is on 4, but he's building 2 additional ones that will put him on 6. He's getting the Immortal Chrono boosting. He needs to bait a little bit more time.
Yeah, he needs to try and buy a little bit more time. He tried to pick off that Raven, did not quite pull that off. The Raven's getting repaired by some SCVs there, and siege mode is about to complete. He's going to siege up on the low ground, and NaNiwa is really going to have a hard time dealing with this now.
That's not going to be easy. The Nexus is going to be attacked. NaNiwa may be a little bit too greedy. Will Polt come back in this game? 40 probes against 26 SCVs, and now trying to take out the tanks. Guardian Shield is up, and he still doesn't have that one Immortal on its way, but not in the fight just yet, and NaNiwa is losing a lot of units right now. We have the auto turrets in order to deal with the threat at the bottom, and look at Polt going for it, and he's pulling ahead in supply right now. NaNiwa!
Wow, Polt goes in with that scary attack, and indeed, NaNiwa just didn't have quite enough forces to deal with it, and because he was trading a lot. Here we go. NaNiwa might lose his expansion. He goes in for one final push to try and save that expansion. The force fields were nice, but he uses the medevac to lift it up. He's targeting down the Nexus. The Nexus is going to fall.
Yes.
And so is NaNiwa. Polt is probably going to go up 2-0 in the group. NaNiwa is going to be at a very difficult come back
NaNiwa
from 0-2.
played that so well, but he was too greedy in the end. He was getting too many probes. He should have cut probes at some point, especially after he killed Dome without that many SCVs. There's the GG, and Polt prevails, takes advantage of NaNiwa's small mistake.
Polt's like, yep, I did. I sure did that. Nods to himself a little bit there. And he certainly gave NaNiwa a gift of Christmas ownage there. Yeah, I think NaNiwa, you know, he was able to fight off that attack, and he put a lot of pressure back on Polt, but he was starting to not trade very efficiently. He'd go in and he'd attack, and he'd like do some damage to the depots, and then Polt would kill some of his stalkers, and he couldn't really afford to lose units at that point. He didn't have the production to lose units and trade and still keep up the attack. So then by that point, Polt's like, oh, he actually got out of his base and killed like half of NaNiwa's units, and suddenly NaNiwa was stuck with only a few stalkers. Only 4 gateways he couldn't rebuild in time, so couldn't hold up to that. And I'm a little bit surprised he actually used the auto turrets instead of the point defense drone, but well, either way, the Raven helped out.
There weren't too many. Well,
you're right. I guess there were only 4 or 5 stalkers at that point.
Yeah, he had a lot of zealots in the end, but I'm actually a little bit surprised that NaNiwa built that many drones, probes after he killed the SCVs, because he should have realized that his opponent is far behind in economy. He was already on 2 bases.
Yeah, he was definitely going to do an all-in. There was no doubt about that.
I think that NaNiwa at one point just had the feeling that he could finish it right now and then. When he placed on those force fields, he killed a lot of the Marines, he killed the SCVs as well. I think at that point he thought, okay, well, maybe I can do it. He overextended a little bit. He didn't... I don't know. I think that was a really, really close call, and Polt in the end...
Yeah, no, it was very close.
He barely won, and he played so well. It was his last chance, basically, just attacking once again. If that attack would have failed, Polt would have lost the game for sure. So NaNiwa struggled a little bit, but I have to say that match was really close, and we are actually heading into the replay right now, and might get another look at the last fight in the game.
Yeah, here it is, and this is where he drops down those turrets on the side, and you're right, there was only 4 stalkers there at that point, so that actually was a pretty good choice to go with the auto turrets. Help out against these zealots that were warping in, and yeah, the probes coming off the line just couldn't even help. Yo, even kited, killed off all the probes and stuff. Yeah, that was just not good at all. And that was pretty much all there was to it. So, by the way, I want to make a little bit of a correction. I apologize. I actually misunderstood what I was told about the GSL ticket system. There's actually going to be different tickets for the GSTL, the Team League, and the GSL itself. So I apologize for leading you guys astray on that one. But still, you buy the ticket, $100, you still get the entire year of all the GSL, both streams for Code A. You still get the mobile VODs and everything with that ticket as well.
I'm still shaken by the last game. I have to admit, being a European myself,
yeah, no, I was rooting for NaNiwa as well.
The thing is, Polt played so well. I must say, Polt played amazing, but thinking about how well he played in the early stage of the game, there was this double barracks attack, and NaNiwa was able to pull that off, even though he went for the 1 gateway nexus. He played it perfect to the point, and then with that small slip up, he lost the game, and now he's down 0-2 in the group. And after seeing the games that NaNiwa played so far, I just don't think that the results really reflect the performance that he showed today.
Yeah, well, we are going to get into a ZVZ here next. The master of Zerg versus the upcoming Zerg trying to take his title. We're going to find out right here at the Blizzard Cup.